Alright fellas, here we are back in Pokemon Masters for another ranked damage challenge. This time we're going to be facing the Eevee edition. Obviously I did it for free a few days ago, but now I actually did it ranked, or at least as far as I'm going to get for ranked. I don't think I can really get higher than this for the most part, mostly due to a lack of specific characters. For one, hello load, okay, details. I don't have Cygnus Gladion. Fairy's not good for me. I mean, Nemona's literally my second best fairy type. I've got like Diantha and Gardevoir, but I don't think they can do too much better. I mean, maybe if I tried with like Oleana or something with debuffs, I don't know. I don't even think so because I don't have Oleana EX rolled. But I mean, I don't have Cygnus Gladion. That's all there is to that run. 1.46 million. Datamine can get to 3 mil, but he wants red, and he also wants red with his EX roll invested, and I already had used red with Nemona, and I don't have him with EX roll, so went with this. Saw someone use him with Volo, and I figured that'd be a good idea because the circle, full Sinnoh team, so it's fully activated, and also he gives a 30% sync buff to the whole team when the circle's activated, so you don't have to do too much at all with Volo. That was very easy, 1.9 million points there. And then this one was the one I spent the most time on, which still wasn't a lot, but I don't have Champion Red. I'm Champion Red. Palatine's Candace is not invested in. Most of my ice types are not invested in at all. Cena's my best ice type, and honestly, I'm glad. 2.2 million is really good. I did give her some decent gear for it. She has like 90 special attack and roughly 10%, I want to say, in nuke multipliers with the grid, or with the skill gear. And then I invested Chase to 2 out of 5 and EX roll, so that was honestly my favorite run. I loved this. The sprint sinks, man. Triple sprint sync is crazy. But 2.2 million is nothing super crazy, but I mean, definitely sufficient enough. So 5.7 million overall. Not too shabby. Could definitely get higher. I mean, I'm literally gonna fall out of the top 500 before the event is over, which is pretty crazy to think about. So hey, sure. But that's kind of like the perks, quote-unquote perks, I guess, of the damage challenge main event being 3v3 fairy and ice, and those two types having Master Fair god tier strikers, and me having neither of them, or just not invested. So that's kind of how it goes, but whatever. Let's go ahead on to the battles and, you know, see how this 5.7 million run works. Alright, so first battle did Sigma Suit Nemona versus Karen, Celine, and Rachel. I love that these stages use all characters that have evolutions. We've got 3 Umbreons, and we've got the 3 Umbreon trainers. It's pretty funny. This run was pretty self-explanatory, honestly. Just use the mini potion for the no animation, use Thunder Wave, Screech 3 times, and then you can just hope you get NPR and Red's trainer moves and use those on Nemona every time. Almost ran out of sun, or not sun, Paldea Circle. One thing with Nemona is lack of, I don't think she has extension, does she? She might, but it didn't really do fucking too much for us here. Whatever. It doesn't matter too much. Either way, maintaining that sun, or at least the circle, because I don't think the sun matters for her multipliers. I think the circle is what she wants, because I know she has like a circle 90% multiplier, something like that. Maintaining that, barely had it in at the end, barely. Just because fucking it does not last as long as I would want it to. Yeah, that's fun, isn't it? Yeah, she's got a 90% multiplier, and then with this circle being up, and then she's also got Haymaker, so yeah, that's cool. And yeah, she does not have circle extension. Cool! Another reason that this character is a little unfortunate. Anyway, whatever. She's got Sync Acceleration, so that's cool. She gets -1 per use of Sunny Day, and also -3 from the first Sync move because of the Sprint EX roll, so at the very least, she's good for that roll. You got the good Sync Acceleration, so it helps make things up. Just really wish she was better for... I bet just better. Man, they could have made her peak, alright? They could have made her really, really good, but... oh well, here we are. It's fine. It's fine. I actually hit 1.5 million during the actual fairy 3v3 damage challenge before, but I think that one was mostly just dependent upon what the enemy had. I have no idea what they had at that time, but this one, they love to spam Hyper Voice. Every single side loves to spam Hyper Voice and 2-gauge moves. It's just 3-gauge moves out the ass, and that's why a lot of these don't last. Oh boy. That's why a lot of these stages don't last as long as they should, or you don't get as many actions as you should, simply because they are spamming 2-gauge moves that have relatively long animations, which sucks. But either way, I'll take 1.46 million. I ain't gonna complain about that. For using Sickness Suit, no, that's okay. What even is the second best fairy friggin' 3v3 option? I've got no idea. I mean, like, Lissy is not that great. Calem's single target. It's literally just Gladion. Gladion, like, the only good one. Maybe Diantha post Super Awakening. We'll see. Yeah, that'll be a sight. Alright, the most fun run and the only reason this video is getting uploaded. Not really. I would have uploaded it anyway. I actually had done this run at 1.8 million before, but I then realized I was literally running 0 profitable skill gear for Cena, and so giving her plus 90 special attack and 10% in multipliers actually buffed the stage's damage by about 400,000, and that's probably with lower damage rolls. Anyway, this was nuts because Chase uses Thundershock to paralyze the enemies with guaranteed hostile environment. He's got Sync Acceleration, and he's got evasion buffs on using all of his trainer moves. Oh my god, I love Chase so much, this is funny. Cena can actually use her berries to do no animation moves, like using potions or Sing pretty much for the most part. Very, very fast, and then once she gets to 0, she actually gets -3 Sync Acceleration, which basically enabled us to get Rosa and Chase's Sync move in, both of their Sync moves in under a minute, which is pretty crazy, and then you can Sing spam the whole time, and you've already got like +2 speed already, and we can still use Chase's moves to get speed, because he buffs ally speed and evasion every time he uses a trainer move, which you want to anyway, because he sets Kanto Circle, which is powering up the whole team. Is it the most optimal team for Cena? Maybe, maybe not, I honestly have no idea, but it works for me. My Cena's 5 out of 5. I gridded her with Soften Up 1. Soften Up 1 just makes everything consistent. You sync with Cena like 4 or 5 times, I don't actually remember. You sync her 4 or 5 times, so missing those sync crits on, you're gonna miss some. Unless you get the best RNG in the world, you're gonna be missing some sync crits. So I just picked up Soften Up 1. She has like, I think +6. I think the setup's actually, I don't know how much it is in terms of energy. I know my Cena has +10 energy, but I don't know if I invested all of it or not. You could pick up Team Burst Super Sync, but that does forego picking up a Sync tile oftentimes, and I don't think that's going to be good enough for her. I think she would just prefer the extra Sync tile for overall damage, but if anyone wants to experiment with that, go for it. Ended up setting back up the Kanto Circle. I ended up maintaining it for the duration of the battle. I also had some issues maintaining it until the very end, which removed a little bit of damage off of the final Icy Wind, which the Icy Wind could also be good if you do pick up the special defense debuffs on her grid, but again, lack of energy and also using that earlier on might mess with things, so I think just kind of stick with what works. At least that's what I did. It still gave me 2.2 million, so I ain't going to complain much about that. And I wanted to get as many special moves and X buffs as I could with Cena, so her final body move could do a ton of damage. This was the final sync move here, 1.9 million, and then the buddy move here, putting us over 2 million. How much does this shit do? Yeah, 100,000 per enemy, 2.2 million, with the circle still up, really, really good. So, how many? Yeah, that was 9 syncs total. Or not 9 syncs, 9 sync buffs. So, 2 syncs with support EXs, and then 5 syncs with Cena, 2.2 million, we'll take that. Really putting that sprint functionality to full use. Obviously, Champion Red's better, but mine's 1 out of 5, man. What are you gonna do? Alright, final battle. Datamine versus Single Target Misty. One best thing about this is that they don't have status condition denial, which is pretty helpful, honestly. That was very nice. So this battle, since I've got Head Start 1 on Barry, and my Datamine is 5 out of 5 EX roll plus 10 energy. Yes, I know. He's got Enfeeble picked up. That's what plus 10 energy enables, is the Enfeeble proc. So that really helped out with the damage here. Oh my god, I love it. I could just literally use moves with Datamine and Barry for the first sync cycle, which was very, very nice, because you don't really want to use anything with Volo anyway. I mean, like, maybe you can get very lucky accuracy debuffs or something off of Disarming Voice. Then it'd be helpful, but other than that, doesn't really matter to me. So we set up ourselves the circle here for Datamine's sync move. I tried to go with a double setup with Barry and Bianca, but maintaining the Unova circle as well as maintaining Datamine's Sun normally is just not really that great. So Volo for support in forms of his circle is just superior for me. At least it is for easy points. I'm sure there's some other crazy bullshit you could do otherwise, but I mean, I'm good enough with this myself personally, so this is cool. We also got a very lucky paralysis. That was nice. Very, very appreciated. And now we're just effectively spamming Adamant sync moves, which are doing tons of damage. Man, yes, Circle effectively acts here as like infinite super effective next, just because Bull has a 30% sync buff with it up, and then we've got a max Circle, which I think is a 20% buff to all ally damage, and that does include sync moves. So again, effectively 50%. So similar to that of what super effective next would be. So even if Volo is literally doing nothing besides setting Circle, good enough for me. I love it. Awesome. Very, very much appreciated, Volo. Thank you for the service you have contributed to your country. Misui, I guess. Whatever. Yeah, Adaman's obviously the best choice for single target grass. Literally no one is better. Again, he can get like up to 3 million, but that requires freaking red at 5, I think like probably not 5 out of 5, but at least with the EX roll investment, no thanks, and I don't even know who the other partner is and whatever else it is. When these setups require like Head Start 1 or Adrenaline 1 on a lot of sync pairs, I just go to sleep because I'm like, I don't have the resources for that. I've already invested Head Start 1 in a lot of the vital sync pairs for this game mode. I'm good on everything else. So, yeah, whatever. 1.9 million ending off there with Adamant. The fact he nearly reached Cena's levels is fucking stupid, but at the same time, don't have to worry about multiple enemies. That's the thing with like the difference between 1v1 and 3v3 is that you have to deal with, in 1v1, you only have to deal with one enemy, so you don't have to worry about their gauge as much or how many moves can be queued up or how many enemies you have to target. But also the mitigation is that you deal a third of the damage. So it's a give and take, and honestly, I kind of appreciate that with this game mode a little bit. At least when they don't screw you over with different gimmicks. Or I had the character, in this case Adamant, so yeah, whatever. 5.7 million, nothing crazy in terms of the score. Again, it's going to fall out of the top 500 by the end of this, but I'm happy with it. It gives me a lot of tickets, and that's what we're aiming for. Just getting as many tickets as possible to max out as many damage challenge characters as possible. That's all I care about. That's the only reason I really rank in these. Maybe I'll go for top 100 someday. We'll see. Whatever, that was my damage challenge, super sparring scores, but yeah, that. Whatever. I'll see you later. I hope you all enjoyed. Peace.